Hi, this is Sophia, and this is a course for FortiGate administrator. I passed my exam 2 years ago. It was Fortinet NSE4, and now I'm preparing myself for Fortinet professional certification and decided to review all the topics. Uh, when I study and when I retell you everything I studied, I upload the video and then YouTube asks, is this video created for kids or not? So I think, would a normal kid would be like interested in Fortinet? And I'm always putting, no, this video is not for kids. But today's topic is Fortinet IPsec Wizard. Where is my magic wand? No worries. So I still will be keeping it probably that it is created not for kids, but let's talk about Fortinet IPsec Wizard, IPsec VPN Wizard. IPsec stands for IP security, VPN virtual private network, and Wizard normally it's not a personality, but it's something that does it like a magic. And the IPsec Wizard, like a magic, simplifies setup of site-to-site and remote VPN access. It provides a guided configuration process. You can even use GUI, graphical user interface, to set it up. But you can also use a CLI, command line internet interface, but it's much more easier to configure, for example, remote site access VPN with the wizard, because it reduces manual configuration errors. So how do you use the Fortinet IPsec Wizard? First, you go to FortiGate graphical user interface, navigate to VPN IPsec Wizard, and choose the type of the VPN that you need to configure. Here you can have even custom type, but main two types are site-to-site VPN and remote access VPN. Site-to-site, as we talked, it's between two FortiGate devices or a third-party firewall. And the remote access is for end-user VPN connections. So you log in and then you follow 4 or 5 easy steps. For example, if you configure site-to-site VPN using the wizard, so you first go to VPN, then IPsec Wizard, and choose site-to-site. Then you select your topology. Default is FortiGate if both ends are FortiGate devices. And there could be also custom if you're connecting to third-party firewall, such as Cisco firewall, Palo Alto, AWS firewall. Then step 3, you set the virtual private network parameters, such as a name of that. For example, you give a name branch like this, give, for example, North Sydney HQ VPN. Then you set up remote gateway, static IP address or dynamic. Then you set up local and remote subnets. So you in subnets you specify internal networks and that will communicate. and you specify the authentication. Authentication could use pre-shared keys or certificates. Step 4, you select encryption and authentication settings. For example, if you are using IPsec version 1 or IPsec version 2, you can watch a video about these two types of IPsec. For phase 1, it could be AES 256, SHA 256, or it's recommended to use Diffie-Hellman group 14. For phase 2, encapsulated security payload, it could be AES 256 or SHA 256. Then you enable net traversal if it is required and click OK. And then FortiGate will create the rules and the routing automatically. And if you use it for remote access, you're allowing your, for example, employees securely connect to the corporate network. You go to VPN, IPsec Wizard, and then you choose remote access. You select VPN client and type. FortiClient VPN is recommended type of VPN client, but otherwise you can use any third-party VPN client, for example, Global Protect from Palo Alto. If you have like a custom VPN, then you configure authentication. You choose pre-shared key or user authentication. Also, it's really recommended to have a two-factor authentication. So the person not only enters his username, password, but he also needs to take his phone and there enter the special code that he receives on the phone, like for example 4 or 6 digit number. Then you define local network which users will access after connecting. You set up encryption authentication settings like IPsec version 1, IPsec version 2, and enable split tunneling. It's option. You enable split tunneling if your corporate traffic should go through VPN. Then you click OK, and firewall and VPN users will be created automatically. That's the wizard, IPsec Wizard. By the way, while you're following the wizard, there could be less manual errors, but there could be some common issues can raise. For example, client is not able to connect the VPN. For example, it could happen first step. Probably you can also check what is the version of the client, and the version of the client should be matching the version on the firewall. And if a VPN is not connecting, you can check phase 1, phase 2 settings, check if the encryption algorithm, if Diffie-Hellman group, for example, if it is 14, you can check pre-shared key. Then ensure that firewall rules allow VPN traffic and confirm that not traversal if the virtual private network is behind network address translation. And for remote users, remote access VPN why it could not be connected, you should ensure split tunnel is off if full access is required. You can verify that DNS settings, domain name system, if it matches to that resource he or she is going to access, and you can check if IP pool assignment is correct for the VPN client. Those are the most common issues. And as a conclusion, we can say that IPsec Wizard is a great tool that simplifies virtual private networks configuration and doing it automatically, automating complex steps. It is really great for setting up secure, reliable VPN connections with minimum effort. Yes. So see you in the next video about IPsec. IPsec is such a big chapter, so you can ask me any questions you want to have, and I will try. I'm not really strong professional who knows all the details of all IPsec, but I have some hands-on experience, and based on my experience and what I can find, you can ask me some questions and I will try to answer them. Thank you.